It's Cleveland Indians baseball. We're at Tiger Stadium for game 4 of a 4-game series. Cleveland won on Thursday night, but then they lost on Friday night and they lost last night. So they're going for a tie in the 4-game series. We will be right back with the starting lineups. Cleveland Indians baseball, we're at Tiger Stadium for the last in a 4-game series. There'll be a couple of young pitchers going. Steve Dunning for Cleveland against Les Kane for Detroit. Detroit third baseman Aurelio Rodriguez is riding a 10-game hitting streak. It's 85 degrees. We have wind speed of 9 miles per hour. Out to right center, and we have light rain. The Indians starting lineup will be leading off the center fielder Veda Pinson, batting second the first baseman Chris Chambliss, batting third the catcher Ken Suarez, batting fourth the right fielder Roy Foster, batting fifth the third baseman Greg Nettles, batting sixth the second baseman Fred Stanley, batting seventh the shortstop Jack Heidemann, batting eighth the left fielder Frank Baker, batting ninth the pitcher Steve Dunning. On defense, Detroit has Al Kaline at first, Dick McAuliffe at second, Eddie Brinkman at shortstop, Aurelio Rodriguez at third, Jim Northrup in left, Mickey Stanley in center, Willie Horton in right, Bill Freehand catching, and on the mound is Les Kane. Les Kane is a hard-throwing left-hander. He has a record of 1-1 with an ERA of 3.98. This will be his 8th start of the year. He's walked 25 and he struck out 43. Last season he was 5-17. Looks like his last start was against the Yankees. Pitched 6 2/3 innings. He gave up 6 hits, 1 run. Walked 2, struck out 7. Came away with a no decision on that game. This is June 27th. Detroit is in 4th place in the AL East with a record of 37-36, while the Indians are in last place in the AL East with a record of 24-47. Leading off is Veda Pinson. He's hitting .253 with 4 home runs and 18 runs batted in. The inside corner at the knees, strike 1. This is Kane's 3rd appearance against Cleveland. He's made 1 start against them. He's pitched 5 innings. He gave up 3 hits, 4 runs, all earned. He walked 3, he struck out 8. He has an ERA of 7.20 against Cleveland. Liner down the third base line, but that's foul. Strike three called. Here's Chris Chambliss, who's hitting .337 with 3 home runs and 11 runs batted in. Tiger Stadium, 2 weeks from Tuesday, will be the site of the All-Star game. The 3-1 pitch. Grounder down the third base line. Rodriguez has it. Throws him out. 2 outs. Here is Ken Suarez hitting .292 with no home runs and 1 run batted in. 3-1 pitch. High and inside. Ball 4. Yesterday's game featured a pair of young pitchers who were having a lot of trouble with their control. Bill Gilbreth, who made his major league debut, and Ray Lamb. See if that'll be the same thing between these two young pitchers, Les Kane and Steve Dunning. Here's Roy Foster hitting .225 with 10 home runs and 33 runs batted in. Strike 1 called. It's a grounder to third. Rodriguez bobbles it, but he picks it up, throws to second for the out. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the first. It's Cleveland 0, Detroit coming to bat. Detroit's starting lineup will be third baseman Aurelio Rodriguez leading off. Batting second to shortstop, Ed Brinkman. Batting third to catcher, Bill Freehan. Batting fourth to first baseman, Al Kaline. Batting fifth to left fielder, Jim Northrup. Batting sixth to right fielder, Willie Horton. Batting seventh to second baseman, Dick McAuliffe. Batting eighth to center fielder, Mickey Stanley. And batting ninth to pitcher, Les Kane. On defense, Cleveland has Chris Chambliss at first, Fred Stanley at second, Jack Heidemann at shortstop, Greg Nettles at third, Frank Baker in left, Vada Pinson in center, excuse me, Roy Foster in right, Ken Suarez catching, and on the mound, Steve Dunning. Steve Dunning, he's a hard-throwing youngster. Has a record of 4-8 with 1 save. He has ERA of 5.95. He has walked 54 and struck out 65. He has 2 starts against Detroit. He is 1-1 with an ERA of 4.61 against them. Last start was against Boston. That was game 2 of a doubleheader. And he pitched a complete game victory. Gave up 5 hits, 2 runs. They were both earned. He gave up 1 home run. He walked 1. He struck out 9. That was, I believe, on Monday night. Here's Rodriguez leading off. He's hitting .225 with 4 home runs, 29 runs batted in. He has a 10-game hitting streak. The 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Here is Ed Brinkman. He's hitting .294 with 1 home run and 18 runs batted in. The 2-0 pitch. It's a grounder. Back to the mound. Dunning tosses to Chambliss. 2 outs. Here's Bill Freehan, who's hitting .283 with 7 home runs and 44 runs batted in. Hitting .419 against Cleveland. The 3-2 pitch.
Take your base.
High and tight, ball 4. Here's LK Line, who's hitting .347. 9 home runs, 42 runs batted in. 45 in June. It's a liner down the first base line. That's foul. Down and in, ball 1. Little too high, ball 2. Just low, ball 3. Fouls it back. Strike 2, full count, 2 outs. The payoff pitch. High and away, ball 4. Here is Jim Northrup hitting .293, 11 home runs, and 37 runs batted in. Ball 1. In the dirt and inside, ball 2. Right, called.
Dead ball.
Oh, he got hit. That'll load the bases. They're out there looking at Northrup. Willie Horton will bat next. He's hitting .246. 8 home runs and 24 runs batted in. Up and away, ball 1. Caught the inside corner, strike 1. Popped it up, third base side, foul ground. Nettles after it. And he's got it. Dunning works himself out of a jam. No runs, no hits, no errors. They left the bases loaded. We go to the second inning, no score. Greg Nettles leads off for Cleveland. He's hitting .282, 20 home runs and 60 runs batted in. He is tied for the American League lead in home runs, and he is second in the American League for runs batted in. To 1 pitch. Pops it up. Freehand. Has it measured, and he's got it. 1 out. Here's Fred Stanley hitting .351 with 1 home run and 12 runs batted in. The 1-0 pitch. It's a grounder to second. McAuliffe up with it to throw to first. 2 outs. Here's Jack Heidemann, who's hitting .206. No home runs, 2 runs batted in. The 1-0 pitch. Shallow fly ball in the left center. Mickey Stanley coming in, and he's got it. 3 outs. Nothing across in the top of the second. Go to the bottom of the second. No score here in Detroit. Nick McAuliffe leads off for the Tigers. He's hitting 189 with 10 home runs, 38 runs batted in. 1-1 pitch. It's a fly ball into center field. Pinson's there, and he's got it. 1 out. Indians have a rough schedule coming up this week. After today's game, they leave for Yankee Stadium, where they have a doubleheader tomorrow and a single game on Tuesday. Then they come back home to Cleveland, where they have a doubleheader on Wednesday against Baltimore. Then they have a weekend series against Washington. They do only have a single game up against Washington on July 4th. And then Boston comes to Cleveland. And there'll be a doubleheader in that 4-game series against Boston. Here's Mickey Stanley hitting .308. 2 home runs, 18 runs batted in. The 1-1 pitch. It's a blooper into left field. That's a base hit. First hit of the game. 1 out, runner on first. Here is Les Kane. He's hitting .125 with no home runs and 1 run batted in. He's 2 for 16 on the season. One of those 2 hits was a double. Swing and a miss, strike 1. They're playing him the bunt. Ball 1. Lays one down. Dunning comes in and takes it to throw to Stanley. And the out at first. Brett Stanley makes the out for the Indians, while Mickey Stanley of the Tigers takes second on the sacrifice. Here's Aurelio Rodriguez. He's 0 for 1. He struck out in the first inning. Ball 1. Strike 1 called. High, ball 2. It's a grounder to third. Nettles to his left, has it, throws him out. No runs, no hits, 1 error. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. Played 2 at Tiger Stadium, no score. Frank Baker leads off for the Indians. He's hitting .189, no home runs and 2 runs batted in. 1-0 pitch. It's a fly ball in the left field. Northrup is there, and he's got it. 1 out. Steve Dunning, he's hitting .212, no home runs, 2 runs batted in. He is 7 for 33 on the season. The 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. And here is Veda Pinson, who's 0 for 1. He struck out in the first inning. The 1-2 pitch. Curveball, swing and a miss, strike 3. That's strikeout number 3 for King. Nothing across for Cleveland in the third. We go to the bottom of the third. No score. Eddie Brinkman is 0 for 1. He grounded to the pitcher last time up. The 1-2 pitch. It's a grounder to second. Stanley has it to throw to first. 1 out. Here is Bill Freehan. He walked in the first inning. Low, ball 4. Here's Al Kaline. He walked in the first. Ball one. Swing and a miss, strike one. Low, ball two. Strike two called. It's a blooper into left center. Base hit. Baker throws it back in. And Freehand has to stop at second. Runners on first and second, one out. Here's Jim Northrup. He was hit by a pitch last time up. Willie Horton's on deck. Fastball, he looks at strike one. Low, ball one. Ball two. Up and in, ball three. Base hit in the right field. Freehand stops at third. The base is loaded. One out. This will be like last night. The Indians game was after the fourth inning. The game was tied 5-5. Tigers scratched out 2 runs in the 8th, go up 7-5, and in the 9th, the Indians loaded the bases with nobody out, but they were unable to score. Willie Horton, he's 0 for 1 today. He popped the third baseman in the first inning. Breaking ball, low and inside, ball one. Another curveball, ball two. It's a hard grounder to short. Heidemann to second for 1. The first, not in time. Freehand scores. Detroit leads 1-0. Here's Dick McAuliffe, who's 0 for 1. He flied out in the second inning. Strike one call. Low and away on the curveball, ball one. Low and outside, ball two. Swing and a miss, strike two. Pops in the air. Suarez back, but it's makes the seats. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. It's a liner to second, but that is right at Fred Stanley. Detroit gets 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. They left 2 men on base. We played 3 in Detroit. It is the Tigers 1, the Indians nothing. Take a look around the league. In the bottom of the 4th at Yankee Stadium, the Yankees lead the Senators 1-0. Ron Blomberg hit his second home run for the Yankees. That is Denny McLain against Fritz Peterson. Top of the 5th in Philadelphia. No score between the Pirates and the Phillies. Bob Johnson against Rick Wise. Bottom of the 3rd in Montreal. The Expos lead the Mets 2-0. Ron Fairley hit his 5th home run for Montreal. That is Jim McAndrew against Ernie McAnally. Top of the 3rd in Atlanta. Reds and the Braves, no score. That's Jim Merritt against Jim Nash. And top of the 3rd At Fenway Park, Orioles lead the Red Sox 2-1. Rico Petrocelli hit his 21st home run for Boston, so he has taken over the American League lead in home runs. That is Grant Jackson against Gary Peters. And now back at Tiger Stadium. Fourth inning for Cleveland will be Chris Chambliss, Ken Suarez, and Roy Foster. Chris Chambliss is 0 for 1. Did I call him Ken Chambliss? Chris Chambliss. He grounded to third and first. Hitting .329 in June. 1-2 pitch. Ooh, he got hit on the arm. And he'll take first. Here's Ken Suarez. He walked in the first inning. He tipped that one. Foul ball, strike one. That missed the corner. Ball one. Wide of the plate. Ball two. Low, ball three. Fly ball in center field. Mickey Stanley moving back near the track. And he's got it. 1 out. Here is Roy Foster, who's 0 for 1. He grounded into a force play in the first. Fastball hit the inside corner, strike one. Too high, ball one. Swing and a miss, strike two. High and inside, ball two. At the shoulders, ball three, full count. Fly ball in the left center. Stanley on the move at the track, and he's got it. Wow, so let's look at that one again. He covered a lot of ground there. Is Greg Nettles. He's 0 for 1. He popped out to the catcher last time up. Ball one. Low, ball two. Outside, ball three. 3 balls and no strikes. He looks at strike one. He was taken all the way. Grounder up the middle. McAuliffe to his right. Has it. Throw to first. 3 outs. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It is Detroit 1, Cleveland nothing. Mickey Stanley leads off for Detroit. He is 1 for 1. He singled in the 2nd inning. 2-0 pitch. Grounder up the middle. Stanley to his right. Has it. Throws him out. 1 out. Here is Les Kane. At sacrifice bunt in the 2nd. The 1-1 pitch. Grounder to 2nd. Stanley's up with it. Go to first. 2 outs. Here is Aurelio Rodriguez, who is 0 for 2. Struck out, and he grounded out the third. 2-2 pitch. Strike three call. Nothing across in the bottom of the fourth. We played 4 in Detroit. It is Tigers 1, Cleveland nothing. Detroit has 1 run, 3 hits, no errors. They left 6 men on base. Cleveland has no runs, no hits, no errors. They left 2 men on base. Tigers scored their run in the third with 1 out, freehand walk. K-line single, that moved freehand to second. Northrup single, that loaded the bases. And Horton grounded it into a force play. And the Indians weren't able to complete the double play. Freehand scored on that. Here is Fred Stanley. He's 0 for 1. He grounded out in the second inning, hitting .368 in June. Fouls it back. Freehand after it. But he can't get it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Base hit in left field. That's the Indians' first hit today. Fred Stanley's hitting .357 against Detroit. Here is Jack Heidemann. He's 0 for 1 today. He flied out. Second inning. Low, ball 1. High and tight, ball 2. Low and inside, ball 3. Inside, ball 4. Needs to have something going here. Runners on first and second, nobody out. Here's Frank Baker, who's 0 for 1. He flied the left in the third inning. Off-speed pitch, off the plate, ball 1. In the dirt, gets past Freehand. But they hold up Stanley at second. Swing and a miss, strike 1. That's in the dirt, wild pitch. And the runners advance. Stanley's on third, Heidemann's on second. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Chin music, ball 4. That loads the bases. Last night in the ninth, the Indians loaded the bases with nobody out, but couldn't score. See if that'll happen again today. Steve Dunning, he's 0 for 1. He struck out in the third. Dunning's an excellent bunter. He's 1 for 1 with the bases loaded. He lays one down. It's a squeeze play. K-line has it. And his only throws to first. 1 out. And Fred Stanley scores, tying the game. They laid down a perfect bunt. Or Dunning did. Here's Veda Pinson. He is 0 for 2. Struck out in the first and struck out in the third. Caught the corner, strike 1. Too high, ball 1. Low, barely inside, ball 2. Swing and a miss, strike two. Outside, ball three, full count. Just above the letters, ball four. Fourth walk given up by Kane. That loads the bases again. Bases loaded, one out. And here's Chris Chambliss. He has an 8-game hitting streak. He is 0 for 1. He grounded out and he was hit by a pitch. Swing, foul tip, strike. Inside, ball one. Sharp grounder to first. K-line, throw to second. No throw to first. Heidemann scores. And the Indians take a 2-1 lead. Here's Ken Suarez, who's 0 for 1. He walked and he flied out. Change up, strike one call. Ball one. Ooh, he swung at a bad pitch. Strike two. Ball two. It's a grounder to short. Brinkman only plays first. He throws him out. 3 outs. But Cleveland gets 2 runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It is Cleveland 2, Detroit 1. And Brinkman leads for Detroit. He has an 8-game hitting streak. He grounded to the pitcher in the first and grounded to second in the third. The 1-1 pitch. It's a hard grounder to third. Nettles is up with it. The throw to first, 1 out. Here is Bill Freehand. He walked in the first and he walked in the third. But that's 2 of the 3 walks that Dunning has given up today. 2-1 pitch. It's a deep fly ball in the right center. Pinson going back, and he's got it. 2 outs. Here is Al Kaline. He's 1 for 1. He walked in the first, and he singled in the third. 347 against right-handers. The 1-2 pitch. It's a grounder to third. Nettles to his left. Has it. 3 outs. Nothing across for Detroit in the bottom of the 5th. It's an official game here at Tiger Stadium. After 5, Cleveland 2, Detroit 1. Roy Foster leads off for Cleveland. He's 0 for 2 today. Grounded into a force play in the first and flied out in the fourth. 2-1 pitch. Deep fly ball down the left field line. Northrop is there, and he's got it. 1 out. Greg Nettles, who's 0 for 2. He popped out to the catcher in the second and grounded to second in the fourth. 3-2 pitch. Fly ball to center field. Stanley drifting back, and he's got it. 2 outs. Here's Fred Stanley. He's 1 for 2. He grounded out in the second. He singled in the fifth. He is the Indians' only hit of the game so far. .377 in June. The 3-1 pitch. Base hit in the left center. It's his second hit of the game. And here's Jack Heidemann. He's 0 for 1. Flied out in the second. Walked in the fifth. Hitting 160 or 0.67 against Detroit. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Ball one. But the inside corner, strike three call. No runs, one hit, no errors, one left. We go to the bottom of the sixth. Cleveland 2, Detroit 1. This is WJST in Parma, Norwich, Tuscaloosa, and Utah. And I will be right back after getting. I need to get a sip of Rocket Fuel malt liquor. Jim Northrup leads off for the Tigers in the sixth. He is 1 for 1. He was hit by a pitch, and he singled in the third. High and outside, ball four. That's the fourth walk given up by Dunning. Here is Willie Horton, who is 0 for 2. He popped out and he grounded into a force play in the third. That scored Bill Freehand with the Tigers' only run of the game so far. In the dirt, ball one. High and inside, ball two. That's high and tight, ball three. 3 balls, no strikes. Strike one called. Tipped it. Strike two, full count. It's a one bouncer right back to Dunning. Throws to Heidemann. Or to Stanley for one. To Chambliss. Not in time for the double. Here's Dick McAuliffe. He's 0 for 2. Got a fly out and a line out. Outside on the black, strike one. Called for the deep fly ball to right center. Foster going back, and it's gone. Home run. Home run number 11 for Dick McAuliffe. And the Tigers take a 3-2 lead. Tiger Stadium is like Wrigley Field and Fenway Park. No lead is ever safe here. Here is Mickey Stanley. He's 1 for 2. He singled in the second. The 0-2 pitch. The high hopper right back to the mound. Dunning throws him out. 2 outs. And here's the pitcher, Les Kane. He's 0 for 1. Had a sacrifice bunt in the second, and he grounded out in the fourth. The 1-2 pitch. He chops one back to the mound, and Dunning throws him out. But the Tigers get 2 runs on 1 hit, no errors, no one left. We played 6 in Detroit. It is the Tigers 3, Indians 2. Tigers have 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors. They've left 6 men on base. Indians have 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors. They've left 5 men on base. Tigers got their first run in the 3rd inning with the bases loaded and 1 out. Willie Horton grounded at the shortstop. And the Indians weren't able to turn a double play. They scored Bill Freehand. They Cleveland answered with 2 runs in the 5th. Stanley singled, Heidemann walked. They advanced on a wild pitch. Baker walked. That loaded the bases. Indians executed an excellent squeeze play. Dunning bunting to the first baseman. That scored Fred Stanley. Then Pinson walked to reload the bases. Then Chambliss grounded at first. That forced Pinson at second, but he took out the shortstop, and Heidemann scored. That made it 3-2. And then in the bottom of the 6th, with Jim Northrup on first and 1 out, Dick McAuliffe hit a 2-run homer. Made it Detroit 3, Cleveland 2. That's where we are right now. Here's Frank Baker leading off for the Indians in the 7th. He's 0 for 1. Flied out in the 3rd. He walked in the 5th. Hitting just 185 in June. The 0-2 pitch. It's a grounder to short. Brinkman dives. Throws the first. He got him. What a good play by Ed Brinkman. Pinch hitting for Steve Dunning. Will be Gomer Hodge. Hodge is hitting .091 this season. He's 3 for 33. One of those 3 hits was a double. He's hitting .059 with 1 run batted in as a pinch hit. He's 1 for 17 as a pinch hit. The 2-2 pitch. It's a grounder down the third base line. That's a diving play by Rodriguez. And Hodge is out. 2 excellent defensive plays in a row for Detroit. Billy Martin's been raving about this trade for Rodriguez and Brinkman ever since he became the Tigers manager. Martin says he likes his team, even though they got off to a slow start. He's got a team full of guys that care more about what the team does rather than what they're doing individually. He said having veterans like Kaline and Freehand really instills that in the younger guys. And the Tigers got off to a slow start, and then about May 15th, they turned it around. They're playing above 500 right now. Here's Vada Pinson. He's 0 for 2 today. He has a pair of strikeouts and a walk. 2-2 pitch. Fly ball to right field. Horton going back. He's at the wall. And that's gone. Home run number 5 for Vada Pinson. And that'll tie the game 3-3. Here's Chris Chambliss. He's 0 for 2. He grounded to third in the first. He was hit by a pitch in the fourth. and he grounded into a force play in the fifth. That scored Jack Heidemann. So he's 0 for 2 with a run batted in today. The 0-1 pitch. It's a liner to third, but that was right at Rodriguez. But the Indians get 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, no one left. We go to the bottom of the 7th. We are tied at 3 apiece. Take a look around the league. Top of the 5th in the Astrodome. Giants lead the Astros 3-0. Bobby Bonds hit his 21st home run. But the man they're looking at there is Willie Mays. He has 599 home runs. Willie hit number 600 today. It's Ron Bryant against Jack Billingham. Top of the 8th at Yankee Stadium. The Yankees lead the Senators 4-0. Denny McClain against Fritz Peterson. Bottom of the 7th in Philadelphia. The Pirates and Phillies tied at 2. It's Mudcat Grant against Rick Wise. Top of the 7th in Montreal. The Expos lead the Mets 3-1. Bernie McAnally's pitching for the Expos. Top of the 4th in Minnesota. The Twins lead the Brewers 3-2. Harvey Killebrew hit his 19th home run of the year for Minnesota. That is Lou Krause against Jim Perry. Bottom of the 6th in Atlanta, the Reds lead the Braves 4-1. Rookie Ralph Garr hit his 6th home run today for Atlanta. Jim Merritt against Jim Nash. Top of the 4th at Comiskey Park, the White Sox lead the Angels 2-0. Walt Williams hit his 7th home run for the White Sox. Drew a blank for a second there on which Williams that would be. That is Eddie Fisher against Wilbur Wood. Bottom of the 6th in Boston. Orioles lead the Red Sox 6-2. Robinson hit his 7th home run for Baltimore. I believe that's probably Brooks Robinson. That's Tom Dukes against Gary Peters. And the bottom of the 4th in St. Louis. Cubs lead the Cardinals 3-1. Billy Williams hit his 14th home run for Chicago. And that is Milt Pappas against Bob Gibson. New pitcher for Cleveland is Ed Farmer. Farmer got called up on June 1st, making his 12th appearance. Record of 1-1, ERA of 4.66. Walked 21. He has struck out 24. The hard throwing right-hander. He doesn't throw as hard as either Dunning or Kane, but he'll throw hard enough. Fly ball pitcher. That could be a little dicey at Tiger Stadium. Bottom of the 7th, Aurelio Rodriguez leads off for Detroit. He's 0 for 3. He has a 10-game hitting streak on the line. A pair of strikeouts and a ground out. 1-1 pitch. Grounder to second. Stanley's up with it to throw to first. 1 out. Here is Ed Brinkman. He's 0 for 3 today. The 0-1 pitch. It's a blooper in his short center field. That's a base hit. Fifth hit of the game for Detroit. And here's Bill Freehan, who's 0 for 1. He has 2 walks today. High, ball 1. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Ball two. Ed Farmer, he was one of my favorite radio broadcasters when he broadcasted games with Darren Jackson for the Chicago White Sox. And it seems like he had Moose Skowron as a guest in the booth many times. Brinkman breaks for second. The throw to second. He's out. It's called a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Ball three. And pops it up. Suarez back, but it's out of play. Fouls that one back. Count remains full. Fly ball down the right field. Foster going back. He's at the wall. And he's got it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, no one left. We played 7. Detroit. It is Cleveland 3, Detroit 3. And Suarez leads off for the Indians. He's over 2 to 3-2 pitch. Grounder to first. K-Line's up with it, and he'll take it himself. 1 out. Here is Roy Foster. He's over 3 today. Go-to pitch. It's grounder to third. Rodriguez has it. Throws him out. 2 outs. Greg Nettles, he's over 3 today. Go-to pitch. It's fly ball to right. Horton coming in. McAuliffe going back. And Horton has it to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down for Cleveland in the 8th. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It is Cleveland 3, Detroit 3. Now K-Line leads off for Detroit in the bottom of the 8th. He is 1 for 2 today. Singled in the third. 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 called on a curveball. Jim Northrup, he's 1 for 1. He was hit by a pitch, and he singled in the third. 2-1 pitch. Fly ball to center field. Pitch and drifting back, and he's got it. 2 outs. Willie Horton, he's 0 for 3. He drove in a run on a force play in the third. 1-2 pitch. Fly ball to right. Foster going back. Going back. It's go off the fence. Horton around second. He'll stop at second. It's his 10th double of the year. It just missed going out. 2 outs. Runner on second. Tie game in the bottom of the 8th. Here's Dick McAuliffe. He is 1 for 3. He hit a 2-run homer in the 6th. It's ground ball to first. Chambliss has it. Tosses it to Farmer, covering first. 3 outs. No runs. 1 hit. No errors. 1 left. We go to the 9th. It is Cleveland 3, Detroit 3. Wes Kane comes back out. Fred Stanley leads off. He's 2 for 3 today. He singled in the 5th, singled in the 6th. He has 2 of the Indians' 3 hits. Vada Pinson has the 3rd. 3-0 pitch. High and inside. Ball 4. Pinch hitting for Heidemann is Eddie Leon. Leon is hitting .298, 2 home runs, 26 runs batted in. Hitting .500 as a pinch hitter. 1 for 2 as a pinch hitter. Break one called. It's a weak grounder down the first base line. That's foul. Grounder off of Cade's glove. Brinkman has it. Throws a second. And there's no throw to first. Here comes Billy Martin. Looks like that'll be all for Les King. Brett Sherman coming in to pitch. He's making his 31st appearance of the season. His record of 6-4 with 9 saves. ERA of 2.64. He's walked 21. He struck out 20. And pitch hitting for Frank Baker will be Luke Camilli. Luke Camilli's hitting .282 with no home runs, 4 runs batted in. As a pinch hitter, he's hitting .667 with 1 run batted in. He is 8 for 12 as a pinch hitter. Outside, ball. Low, ball 2. Strike one called. In the dirt and inside, ball 3. It's bouncer to short. This could be 2. To second for 1. Throw to first. Not in time. Pinch hitting for Ed Farmer will be Chuck Hinton. Hitting .196, 2 home runs, 9 runs batted in. Pinch hitter, he is hitting .267 with 1 home run and 4 runs batted. Low and inside, ball 1. Just off the ground, ball 2. Up and away, ball 3. It's a base hit in the left field. Billy rounds second. He'll take third. Runners at the corners. 2 outs. And here's Vada Pinson. He's 1 for 3. He gets a solo home run in the 7th. It's a high chopper to short. Brinkman up with it to throw to first. Safe! Pinson legged it out. Camilli scores. A-line's arguing. They're pulling him away. The Indians take a 4-3 lead. Here's Chris Chambliss. He's over 3. He has an 8-game hitting streak. Hitting .321 in June. Right down the middle. Strike. Just off the ground. Ball 1. Oh, he swung at a bad pitch. Strike 2. In the dirt. Freehand can't handle it, but the runners hold. Got Chuck Hinton at second. He is one of the slowest men in the league. Low and outside. Ball three. Full count. 2 outs. The payoff pitch. Gets a shallow fly ball into right field. Horton coming in. McAuliffe going back. And Horton has it. Makes a catch. But the Indians get 1 run. 2 hits. No errors. They left 2. We go to the bottom of the 9th. It's Cleveland 4, Detroit 3. Got some defensive changes for the Indians. Fred Stanley moves to shortstop. Eddie Leon stays in the game at second. Ted Ford coming into play left field. And coming in to pitch is Vince Colbert. Colbert's making his 20th appearance of the season. His record 3-3 with 1 save with an ERA of 3.90. Mickey Stanley leads off for the Tigers. He's 1 for 3. He's singled in the second. 2-1 pitch. It's base hit in the left field. Tigers get the tying run on base. Dalton Jones pinch hitting for Fred Sherman. Hitting .274, 2 home runs, 16 runs batted in. Hitting .313 with a home run and 3 RBIs as a pinch hitter. It's a hard grounder to third. Could be 2. Nettles dives. Throw to second for 1. Throw to first. Not in time. That was a great play by Nettles. Possibly could have saved a double. And who knows if Stanley might have been able to score on it. Here's Aurelio Rodriguez. He's 0 for 4. He has a 10-game hitting streak on the line. Swing and a miss, strike 1. I like hitting streaks, but not in a situation like this. It's grounder short. Stanley to second for 1. There'll be no throw to first. Jones took out Leon. Tigers are down to their final out. Ed Brinkman's up. He is 1 for 4. Singled in 7. 4 game-winning RBIs on the season. Swing and a miss, strike 1. High and outside, ball 1. Ball 2. Fly ball to center field. Pinson drifting over. He's got it, and the Indians win. 4-3. Needs at 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors. They left 7 men on base. Detroit had 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors. They left 8 men on base. And Farmer got the win. He's 2-1. And Les Kane took the loss. He is 1-2. Time of the game, 3 hours and 8 minutes. Fred Stanley went 2 for 3 today for Cleveland. Vada Pinson went 2 for 4 with a home run, 2 runs batted in. The other hit was by pinch hitter Chuck Hinton. Dick McAuliffe, he went 1 for 4 with a home run, 2 runs batted in. Neither of the starters look like they harnessed their control all that well, but they both pitched pretty well. Dunning pitched 6 innings. He gave up 4 hits, 3 runs. He gave up 1 home run. Walked 4. He struck out 2. While Les Kane went 8 1/3. Gave up 3 hits, 4 runs. They were all earned. Gave up 1 home run. He walked 5. He struck out 4. Star of the game is Veda Pinson. Yeah, today was one of those days the Indians pitching looked pretty decent. Ed Farmer pitched 2 solid innings. Vince Colbert got the save. And Fred Sherman pitched 2/3 of an inning, gave up 2 hits. Indians will be leaving Detroit and heading to Yankee Stadium. They have a doubleheader tomorrow and a single game on Tuesday. Then they come back to Cleveland, where they start off with a doubleheader against Baltimore on Wednesday. Once again, our final score here today: Cleveland 4, Detroit 3. Hope you enjoyed this game. Thank you for watching.